In this video, we're gonna be making a scary, dark, not scary, but a dark type beat. Something that sounds evil. Let's just go ahead and get started. I want to wish you guys a happy Halloween. Let me go ahead and fix my mic real quick though. Alright, there we go. Damn, that shit will not hold. Alright, I gotta get a new mic stand. Let's just go ahead and get started. Honestly, I want to start with a bass. So let's go ahead and get an 808 and go crazy from there. Holy shit. I gotta think about this stuff before I start recording. Oh shit. Alright, I like that one. Let's go with the Kingpin 808. So at this point, look, I don't have a clue what I'm gonna do yet. So usually what I start off by doing is I'll think of a nice rhythm, a nice tempo, and then I'll get started. So I'll just try to imagine just a groove in my head. Like imagine you're, what is it called? Not beatboxing, but when you hit on a table, like I try to do that in my head. Everything should be sounding good, but I just came up with a rhythm in my head. Okay, here. First of all, let's tap out the BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's 136. Let's go up to 137. So I want it to go like this. Da da da, da da da. That's kind of how I want the hi-hats to go. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is real quick. Let me choose a hi-hat. Just go with the plug hi-hat. And actually, I don't like putting hi-hats in the drum rack because sometimes I like to change the pitch. So let's put it in its own track. And this is weird, but we're gonna start with the hi-hats first, and I'll use it to guide my 808. So alright, so let's copy that over, and then at the end here we're gonna do this. Now here I'm gonna be a little bit more creative. I'll do something like that, take it down a few notes. Now when your piano roll is super thin like this, that just means you need to zoom in with this bar right here. Alright, so at the end here, boom. Alright, there we go. So now let's start putting this 808 down. So real quick, let's go down to this bottom left corner here. I want to turn up the release, because this is an 808 from my 808 Essentials kit, and these are actually custom. So as you can tell, it has a super long tail, so I can hold this 808 for as long as I want. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn up the release a little bit, and that way when I play a short note, it's gonna keep fading out. Now I'm gonna get the general rhythm first. what I like to do is then I add the in-between notes. But for a dark sounding melody or a dark sounding beat, you want to use a lot of half step or semitone intervals. So for example, I would go down one note like this. What I could do is go down a little bit later like this. Let me go ahead and get a kick. I love trap kick number 1. There's a reason why it's first, and that's because I just fuck with it a lot. So let me think of a nice rhythm for this. Let me get this. Let's just hit that. Let's hit capture. And what it just did is when I clicked that capture button, it recorded everything I just played, even though I wasn't actually recording. Now, we have these empty spaces here where there's a kick, so I'll have to put more 808s. Maybe we'll do like this kind of thing right here. Now, what you're noticing is that some of these notes sound gross. They're overlapping. They sound disgusting. So I have to change the voices to 1. And that's going to make sure that my notes are only playing 1 at a time on my 808. Alright, we're missing 1 kick. Alright, so we have our basic drums here. No need to get more complicated just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a melody sound. Let's see, I had an idea for something. So this is just a wave sound that I recorded. And it's like a synth sound. I think it sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and see what it sounds like if I try to make a melody with this. So I'm going to create like maybe some chords with a lot of tension. Let's see what that sounds like. I mean, obviously we already know what it sounds like, but let's see where we can go with this. Here we go. So I was just playing down on my MIDI keyboard. Let's go ahead and quantize this. Alright, cool. Let me see if, okay, so that was just one idea. Let me see what would happen if we took this sound that I just used and we used it as a lead. So how I would do that is I would go to controls, I would turn gliding on, I'll turn it to glide, and I'll turn it to about, actually 50 is good, maybe 45. And I'll set the voices to 1. And I'll right click and put this into a sampler just so that I can have it be looping. So let's loop this. There we go. Now it's looping forever. And I can do like glides and whatnot. Ooh, okay, let's just capture that. So the capture button is, it'll just record everything that you just played, even though you weren't recording. So I can bring all of this back, and we can get the parts that are good from each part and turn this into something that we can actually use. And, you know, I'm not that good at freestyling on the piano just yet, but hopefully eventually I'll be able to translate my ideas to my fingers faster. That way I can freestyle a little bit better, but most of the time I can get the rhythm right. I just need to fix some of the notes. Alright, this is some heat. This little section right here, we'll call this 1. This is just idea 1. So as you can tell, I was kind of hesitating, and so there's some late notes, there's some delays. So we just got to fix some of these delays here and there, and then we'll be good. I just want to see what this sounds like. Yo, hold on. All right, let's duplicate this. And let's take that first melody and layer it on top of the other one. So this is melody 2, and this is melody 1, and I just brought it up an octave. I hit Command A and I hit Shift and press the up arrow. That sounds cool. Let's see what happens if we take off this kick. Yo, hold on, I need some headphones. Cause I don't even know what's going on at this point. me try to fix this 808 real quick. Let me just boost up the volume a little bit. One of the controls I turn off is volume to velocity, or velocity to volume. I turn that to 0 so that the velocity does not affect the volume that the 808 is playing at. I feel like some of these notes are a little bit off still, so I'll have to fix them. But, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, let's add a clap to this. We're missing a clap. Sounds cool. Sounds about right. Let's go ahead and add that to the drum rack. Oh shit. And now I can start drawing in the clap wherever I want to. Now this synth is starting to like hurt my ears. It's kind of loud when it's super high pitched, so I'm gonna bring it down and perhaps use a different sound, or maybe just separate these two. But hold on, this clap we're using sounds too basic. Let's get like a rim. Hold on, that's the wrong pack. I mean, it's the right pack. There's some rim sounds. What would this sound like? No. That's not gonna sound good. Yeah, let's see what that sounds. Oh shit. Let's drag that down without replacing the drum rack. And let me turn it down a few semitones. Turn down the pitch a little bit. And let's replace that clap with that sound. And then when the kick comes in, it's gonna be a snare and a rim and a clap. But we're not at that part just yet. But let's pull up a spectrum. And this is just gonna show us all the ranges of our song, and we can tell what's missing. So as you can tell, our lead, is right here. Our bass is taking up this left portion, and our chords are down here. But what we're missing, it looks like, is this upper range, like this 1K range. Now this is perfect for a singer, a vocalist, with a higher range of voice, because it's wide open. They could just sing over this. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'll fill it up with like a sound. I wanted to do this in the last video. I wanted to add some vocal chops with some auto-tune and just use it like a background sound. And I think that would sound cool. So we might try that. But let's look for some presets real quick. Omnisphere is usually the go-to. I really like this expand plugin. It has cool presets. But let's go ahead and find some stuff. Holy shit. There's a lot of sounds here. Soft pads. So if you want a dark sounding beat, you want to use some soft sounds. You don't want stuff that's too aggressive. I mean, you can, but you want it to be very, you want the beat to be very empty. Capture what I just played right there at the end. I like that little melody riff that I put there, so let's paste that and let's duplicate it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Command 2 to make the grid larger. As you can tell, our grid is super tiny. Look at these tiny little squares. So I hit Control 2 or Command 2 if you're on Mac, and it makes the grid bigger. And when it's the nice size that I want, or the right size that I want, I'll go ahead and hit Command A and then Command U, and it will quantize it. I like this sound. I know what I'm gonna do with this beat already. Let's go ahead and keep adding sounds so that I can get to the part that's exciting. It's getting hard to breathe in this mask. Interesting. Too many sounds though. It's just too much stuff going on now. Alright. Yo. I got a great idea here. Boom. We are so close. All right, at this point, it's time for the auto tune. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just sing some random notes, some random pitches, and then I'll either pitch my voice up or down, or just do stuff to make it sound interesting. So real quick, let me grab these chords right here. What happens if you bring these chords up? That sounds hard. I like it. But let's get these chords right here. And what I like to do when I know I'm gonna how should I do this? Let's not overthink this. Let's not overthink this, guys. Let me just go ahead and duplicate this a few times. Like 4 times, and let's create a loop. And hold on. Alright. I have this audio track. Now let's see what happens if I record my voice. Hello? Yo. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. Hello? Alright. So at this point, it's recording. Sounds good. Let me go ahead and load up Autotune. And I'm being creative here. I'm gonna use it. I'm not actually gonna rap or anything. I'm gonna use my voice with Autotune to make like some crazy background sounds, like some Travis Scott type stuff. But the real question is, where the fuck is Autotune? Alright, it's in this folder right here. For some reason I couldn't find it. So here we go. Now I know that I'm playing primarily in a C minor. Key. So let's go ahead and, oh shit, that's my homie. Alright, I'll reply in a little bit, but let's go. So at this point I'll sing random notes. Feel free to roast me in the comments. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna sound cool at the end. That's all that matters, guys. Fuck all you guys that's hating. Alright, here we go. Try my best. Let's turn down. I gotta use some headphones. And let's go for it. Yeah. Alright. We're good. Anyways, let's get back to this. So I recorded all that stuff and I got Autotune on here. So yeah. Hey. So I got that T-Pain effect. So let's go ahead and add a compressor to this. And real quick, let me pause the video, make sure everything's recording, and I'll be right back in a second. Alright, so everything's cool. I added this compressor, so let's turn down the threshold now. Yeah. And I'll turn up the ratio. The attack can be pretty low. I'll turn up the release. Yeah. But it's better. But let's go ahead and get rid of this EQ. Don't really need it yet, because what I like to do is I'll flatten. I'll freeze this track, and then I'll flatten it. Boom. So now that it's flattened, I can go ahead and add effects like reverb, definitely some EQ. Yeah. And what I like to do is I'll like pitch the stuff up. So I pitched it up an octave with shift and the up arrow. So I hold shift and hit the up arrow, it went up 12. If I hold shift and press down, it'll go back down 12. It's just the easy way to go up and down octave. Now the Ableton reverb doesn't sound that good. There's better reverbs if you get VSTs, so I'll use a Pro R instead. So what I want to try is chopping out each of these like different pieces that I like. So I'll mute everything except for that piece. For example, this right here. And what I'll do is I'll freeze the track, and then I'll drag this down. And now the reverb will be part of this whole clip, and I'll consolidate it. And what I can do now is I can like hit reverse, and we get this reverse reverb effect. Now I can add this to my beat and stuff, and it sounds super cool. Oh my goodness, no wonder it sounds awful. I was wondering why this sounds so awful. It's because I forgot to take the pitch back down. Take the pitch back down. I didn't like how it was sounding. And then let's make sure the reverb is still on there. Okay, it's still on there. And let's turn down the mix just a little bit. Turn up the decay. And let's freeze this one more time. And bring it down. And I hold Alt to copy it down. That way I'm not dragging this down and getting rid of it. And then I'll hit Command J to glue all these pieces together. Accidentally hit Command K there. That's why it's all orange. Let me hit Command K one more time. That was by accident. Alright. Now let's pitch this. Let's reverse it, I mean. And then I might add like additional reverb to this. And I'll pitch this up or down. Alright, so that's just one note. Let's unfreeze this track and let's do this for the other parts of this beat that I like. I mean of this recording that I like. I wonder what that would sound like. Let's go ahead and freeze it. And oh shoot. So right now there's other pieces of audio, but let's just take all of this and see what happens. I hit Command J and let's just reverse it, I guess. Take different pieces, get some reverse audio. Super loud, guys. Super loud, so I apologize. What I'll do is I'll cut out the lows a little bit. So we have some basic stuff going on. Sounds like some Travis Scott type shit. Damn. I didn't know I was gifted like that. You know what I'm saying? Sound like Travis Scott out here. See, we're getting creative with this beat. It's not even over yet. I told you guys I had an idea for this beat. And I'm about to try it right now. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have this kick right here. And the snare. So real quick, let me go ahead and put this track to the side. We might come back to it, use it for other pieces of audio. But let's get rid of all this stuff here. I hope you guys like that auto-tune trick. Using the vocals in the background. Making my own sample. But so what I was thinking is for this second part, let's use a different 808. So we have this super hard kick. And you know what a super hard kick deserves? A super hard 808. So let's go ahead and get a super hard 808. Even that one's hard. That's not even what I was thinking. Where's those super hard ones? Yeah, like the Candy, the Coke 808. Concrete goes hard as fuck. Now this is my time to have fun because I'm doing a dark type beat, a Halloween type, a 21 Savage type beat, like some dark stuff. So I can go with one of the more eccentric basses, like the more crazy ones that I would not typically be able to pull off in a regular beat. So let's go with something super crazy, and let's just copy the 808 pattern from the other track. But let me go ahead and hit Command A and I'll hit legato. This one sounds too dark, too deep. What was a different one that I was looking at? The gritty. Tell me why this sounds so weird. Oh, okay, let's change the voices to 1. Make sure the glide is on so that we can do glides. And let me go ahead and use my headphones real quick. When this happens and I can barely hear my 808, what that means is that the beat needs to be transposed. So let me go ahead and select the drums, the kick, and the 808. Let me actually turn off this lead right here and turn up these chords and bring them up an octave. Let's listen to this. Sounds pretty good actually. But ideally, we want our 808 to be a little bit clearer. So let me take it up 1, 2, and let's take our chords up 2. Let's see, how much higher can we put it? Alright, so I took our whole beat up 3. So let's take the chords up 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to take all our melodies. We're going to transpose it up 3. So 1, 2, 3. Transpose everything up 3. Do the same thing to the melody here. 1, 2, 3. Same thing with this melody. 1, 2, 3. Same thing with this. 1, 2, 3. There's one more thing that's missing, the 808. 1, 2, 3. Let's get into this second part right here and start making this sound hard. The first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this 808 is off. So I'll turn on this off button right when the other 808 comes in. Alright, here we go. Let's do something like that. Boom, boom, boom. Bro, so much stuff I can do right now. Man, there's so much stuff I can do right now. But let's go ahead and add like some swells with Serum, which is what I wanted to try. And actually it can be any plugin really. But the most basic type of swell is with a saw, a super saw. What a saw is it's this sound right here. It's this shape. So in sound design, you just have different shapes. A saw is one of those shapes. A super saw is when you stack a lot of them. Oh my gosh. I just remembered something. So with the lead, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place right now. But with the lead, what you can go ahead and do to make something sound more dark and creepy is you add vibrato. So vibrato is going to make the pitch wobble a little bit. If I go to the modulation section and I start turning it up, let's see, where is the pitch right here. And let's do like, I don't know, 5% and turn up the frequency. Alright, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, the super saw. So let's get these chords right here and copy it down to Serum. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a filter to this, cut it off. And what I'll do is add a reverb, turn up the tail a lot, the decay I mean, and let's go to the automation. And let's automate this filter. Let's make it come up every once in a while. Like this. Let's just copy that shape and paste it every once in a while. Let's just do that. All right. Let's get out of automation mode real quick. Anyways, the final thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this beat. I guess I'll show you guys how to sidechain. What I want to do is I want the sound of these chords to get pushed down. Like I want it to go down real quick every time that the kick hits. And that's going to leave more space for the kick. So I'll sidechain this to the kick. And this is the chords. And let's do the most extreme example, turning it down to negative infinity. Always turn the ratio up to infinity. As you can tell, every time the kick hits, it's bringing down that volume. So let's go ahead and unsolo this. And I like sometimes doing it with the 808, but for this one, I mean, it sounds good. I guess I'm just copying this sidechain and putting it on everything that I want it to be on. So I'll put it on the 808 just a little bit. It just makes the 808, I mean the kick punch a little bit harder, because it's bringing down the volume of the sound so that the kick can go all the way through a little bit louder. Other than that, this beat is not arranged, but we have like two parts. So we have this first part, and then we have this hard part right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, damn, there's some more stuff I want to do. I want to add some open hi-hats and maybe like a crash. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, just so that when I finish off this beat and I mix it, you guys aren't gonna hear like some sounds that I didn't show you guys on camera. And I know these drums can be a little bit harder. Let's just go ahead and copy that. Boom, simple. Next up, I like to add a crash. Crash number 6 is one of my favorites, and it has a dark sound to it. It's perfect for this beat. I'll turn it down a lot. And I like to cut out the low end. And let's pitch it down. That's too low. Let's do down 7. And I like to go crazy sometimes with it. Alright, there we go. So some basic arrangement there. Anyways, man, so much shit in one video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna arrange this song. I may add a few sounds here and there, but I'm gonna mix it, arrange it, and other than that, check out my monthly loop kit. The link is in the description. And basically this loop kit is MIDI loops, wave loops, vinyl samples, everything that I use to make beats. I share some of that with you guys every month in my loop kit. And I just like to share this stuff with you guys. I'll also export, like for example this. I know you guys might have like these crazy ideas that you want to perform on these samples that I use in these beats. So I'll export that as well. I just like to export a lot of stuff that I'm making. So let me export this, render as a loop, normalize. And this is an example of like a wave loop that I might export. And let's call this 8. This is loop number 8 and 107 BPM, 8 vocals. Alright, cool. So other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Check out my packs, the loop kit, and most importantly, have a happy Halloween, if you guys even celebrate that. But thanks for watching. Check out my loop kit, and I'll see you guys next time.